Hi everyone, I'm Farmer Jolly and welcome back to our survival series on Riverbend Springs. Now, we are pretty much exactly where we were at the end of the last episode. We've still got 8 bales to load into the bale wrapper, which is working quite well. The field 5, that has all been cultivated and is ready to be planted, and that's going to have the corn in it. The next field that's going to be done is field 3. The Uniwog is set up and ready to go, so we are going to just jump straight into that and set that off on a worker. I will just grab this bale while we are here. There we go. So we'll leave that there. We will jump into this, and we are going to set this on a worker just because it's going to make it a bit faster. I don't know where it's going to start, but we need to go and grab the Massey. So you're not going to take me to where I want to go, so let's just... It's not too fast, we might as well just run over. Now we're going to have to do fertilizer, potentially lime as well, and roll the fields. And that's the problem with all 3 being planted in one episode. There is a lot to do. And a lot of it has to be done in this month. So technically we should fold the planter up. But as we are literally crossing the road, I think we'll be okay. We'll squeeze through this gap here. There we go. And we need to now find corn. So soybeans, sugar beet, cotton, green beans, canola, corn. There we go. So we'll do the headlands just because I want to do something a little bit different than bale collecting. So let's make a start. Is that working? Yes, it is. And it's putting the fertilizer down, which is brilliant. So that's one less thing we need to do. So yeah, it's 4:30 in April, and we've got to plant or cultivate the last 2 fields and plant all 3. We've got corn going in this one, sunflowers going in the one that's cultivating at the moment, and oats in the one that's still got the bales on. So there's a lot to be done, and we have to roll the fields before we can move into the next month. So there is a lot that we've got to do. But considering where we started, with just the 1 tractor and a small grass field, we're doing really well. I think the next major purchase for us is going to be a larger field. Now field 2 would be amazing because it's so close, and obviously we have just planted it as well, which would be even better if we can buy it before it's harvested. But we will have to see how much money it costs and how much money we have. Now, for anyone who is new to the series, the reason why we keep buying new machines as soon as we get some money or farmland is this is obviously our survival series, as I said at the start, where we started off with a small amount of equipment, just 1 tractor, the baler, a mower, and 1 field, and we've built up to this big farm yard, 3 fields, and some much bigger machines. The combine we got in the last episode is huge. It's got, I think, 13.7 meter working width on the headers, which is a massive upgrade from the 5 that we have been using. So this is going to really help our farm. We are trying to make a large, quite successful farm, and we're doing, in my opinion, quite well. So we've got 2 more lines that we've got to do, and then the headlands are done, and we can set this off on the worker. and we will get to finishing off the bale wrapping. We've got quite a lot of bales so far. We got 34 in total. The one bale wasn't a whole bale, but it's better than 33 bales. So we have unloaded the bale, and we have, I think, already wrapped that bale. And that is, as soon as they are silaged, that will be sold as soon as the price is right. We've got a lot of lettuce. We will have a lot of lettuce to sell in February. So we can now, there we go, AI worker, okay, turn on. And where is, here, last one we get to. There we go. So I counted at the start of the episode, there are 8 bales. So it shouldn't take us too long. And we can then move the cultivator straight into this field and begin rolling the... That's my camera. Begin rolling field 5. So the lot we've got to get done, and this will need to be returned because this bale wrapper is on lease. There we go. So let's get this done. Right, well actually, this is surprisingly going a lot faster than I thought it would. All the bales are now done. We just need to unload the bale wrapping machine and we can get that sent back. The cultivating in field 3 is done. It's just the headlands left to plant with sunflowers. And we've done the headlands for the roller, so we can set this up on a worker right now. There we go. So, worker, don't work the headlands, go. And then, where's the Unimog? Now, this does need fuel, but I should have enough to do this last field. Hopefully. And we can then use it to take the bale wrapper back. So let's jump into the Landini. Ooh, nope, don't turn it on. we will eject the bales and we can move this out of the way so it's ready to be taken back. So leave X and it's going to oh no, why are you folded? I pushed the wrong button. It wasn't X, it was R. There we go. Now we can push X. So yep, we have wrapped 34 bales. So we can just get this round here. And onto the more like concrete area. And turn the engine off. And we can now grab this, turn the engine back on. And then steering assist. And we're going to do the headlands. So let's get ourselves positioned. So turn that on. There we go. So yeah, this won't take us long. Once we've done this, we need to put the, well, detach from the planter, and we're going to need the seeder for the oats. Which really won't take us long. And I think we'll probably do that ourselves. We'll set the worker off straight away doing the rolling. And we'll then have to just check what else needs to be done in these fields before we can move on to the next month. And I am looking forward to when we can start harvesting. Now there are some other things, pieces of equipment that we are going to need. We will need to get a bigger trailer, and I'm not sure whether we just get a bigger trailer or whether we get an auger wagon and a trailer for the lorry. That might be our best option, but we need to see how much money we have and how expensive that's going to be. I have got some mods installed that might work for us, but we will have to have a look and see when we need to. There's no point, I say there's no point getting them now. There was no need to get the harvester when we did, but it was a good price. It was in the sale, so it made sense to get it when we did. So everything is going according to plan, which is surprising. It's a pleasant surprise. The next thing will be the Unimog will run out of fuel. That's going to be what happens. Which then means we've got to go and get a fuel can so that we can fill it up. I think, yeah, so I'm going to just drop back. I think I've missed a bit here. There you go. So that should now be everything seeded once we do the last two strips, or probably the last two passes. And I think the Unimog's about to do the headlands. But having 3 tractors on the go at once is absolutely amazing. It's really saving some time. And I just think back to where we started with just that one little Zeta tractor and one field, and we're now able to do 3 fields at the same time. It's amazing. This farm is growing really well. So I think that AI Worker C, I think that is the field roller. I hope it's the field roller anyway. Oh, we haven't put tram lines in these 2 fields. I don't think that's going to matter for this time because we have got narrow tyres on the sprayer if we need it. Hopefully, we won't actually need to spray the fields. That would be ideal. And let's just double check that these are, yeah, both 100% planted. Perfect. So we can bring this over here. We can unfold this and lower it down and disconnect. We can then reposition ourselves. To grab the seeder, and we're going to do oats. This will need to be fertilized, but that's okay. We have got a fertilizer. You're on the last headland, so can we get ourselves positioned? And okay, there's not really any point because it's got such a little amount to do. We only have 2 headlands and 1 path, so that's really not going to take us long. So we can run this straight over and set this off because this is going to boost our yields. Now we might not need to fertilize this field because it has been grass. So can we have a look? No, okay, so it will need to be fertilized. But we are looking good. Are there any contracts that would be useful for us? Nothing really. How's that Unimog looking? It's going to run out of fuel. So that's not ideal. We haven't actually got a fuel tank, which would be useful if we did. But I don't even think we can get it on the lorry. So how are we going to do this? Trying to work out what the best way of doing it's going to be. Let's just move this out of the way so it can finish. Right, so we are... Well... Oh, this is a pain. What have we got that we can get fuel with? So I don't want to get a diesel trailer, but we might have to. I mean, that would be nice. But it would be nice to get a car at some point, but I don't think we need it just yet. So maybe the diesel trailer would be better. It's 30,000. What about this? What does this go with? So the International CV. Where's that? I think it's going to be a bit further down. This. So it's actually not a bad price for this truck. Now, have I got the custom beds? I've got them installed. Have I got them active is the question. No, we don't. Okay, so that is an option, getting a truck and a fuel tanker. Just because the trucks are going to go a little bit faster. Definitely don't want to... What's this got with it? Because that might be quite... That... Oh, can this hold diesel? Ah, fuel transfer tank. So that can take 250 litres of fuel. So how much is that? That's not a bad price, actually. Should we get a truck? Right, so our money has dropped quite considerably. We've got some new equipment, so we'll just jump over to it. Here we go. Now, it is really going to help us. We can use this to move the headers around, and we've obviously now got a fuel trailer. So we've got a Ford pickup truck, which I think will suit this map really well. So there you go. So we'll grab the diesel trailer. And rather than using the Mercedes, we can possibly, but we can actually use this truck to bring the that bale rack back. So it's just going to make our lives a bit easier. It was a bit more expensive, but it's going to be really useful. It is going to cost us a small fortune to fill this diesel tank, but I think it's going to be worth it. We'll see how much it costs. We are going to have to make sure we get some more money in the next month. Now, while that's filling, we can actually have a look, because this was done on hire purchase as well. So here, it's only going to cost us £1,000 a month, or 1,500 a month, and the fuel trailer is £300 a month. So as long as we've got over 14.5 grand in the bank, we will be fine overnight. So we'll get this filled and go and fill up the MB, not the MB track, it's a Unimog. Right, so that's cost us a small fortune. It's cost about £5,000 to fill this trailer. But there you go, put the lights on. This is going to last us a while. And because we've already bought the fuel, it means we don't have to keep running to the fuel stations. We can just use this, and when we are harvesting, especially some big fields, it's going to be really useful because we can take this over as well as part of the convoy, and then we will have our own fuel supply. So the Unimog, I think, is only going to take about 300 litres. So we're still going to have over 3,000 litres in the trailer. So, are we close enough? Oh, it did say we had no fuel, but apparently now we have fuel. So, let's fold the cultivator up. Let's get this a bit closer. And how do we fill up? Let me just drop the cultivator. Oops. There's got to be a place that we can get so we can fill up. I'm confused. Do we have to do it from... Oh. Do we have to do it from in here? Right, I don't know what happened there. I came out of the game, came back in, and it's letting me unload fuel. So I don't know what was going on there, but we can finally get some fuel in the Unimog, so we can get it out of the way. There we go. So that is now fueled up. So we'll get the truck out of the way. We'll just park it down here for now. Engine off, and find this, which is now full. Let's get the cultivator out of the way. We've got to get this field not ploughed, seeded and rolled really quickly because it's 8 o'clock at night. So let's just park this here, grab this, let's get some lights on, unfold it. Let's drop the seeder down and get this done now. This will not take long, which is brilliant. And the rolling shouldn't take us too long either. So this is going to need fertilizer. That is a bit of an issue. I think we've got fertilizer. We have got fertilizer, but we just need to get it done. So let's get this field finished and move on to the next month. Right, so we are just finishing the headlands, and we can now set this worker off on, or set this tractor off on a worker, I should say. So let's go AI worker, don't work the headlands, go, and we can stay with it until it's down at the bottom end. I don't know what it's doing. It might be starting from down the other end anyway. But we need to grab... I think we use the... Have we got liquid fertilizer? That might be better. So once we're down, we'll just jump out and run away from the tractor so it can carry on. There we go. So, let's have a look. This needs... lime and fertilizer. Okay, that's not brilliant. That's okay. I think this one's okay. So the lime might be a challenge. Yeah, so these two both need pH. So we both need lime. Have we got any lime? I don't think we do. Let's have a quick look. So that's our seed and fertilizer there. What is in here? I think this is lime, but it's 907 litres. That's not going to last us that long. And there's none here. No, okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab the Landini. We'll get as much done as we can. We might have to go and grab some more lime, which isn't ideal. Let's drop that weight off there. This is what I mean when I said there's a lot that we have to do in this episode. There's just so much work when you're planting 3 fields at the same time. So I think actually we can take the front loader off like that. We don't need that at the moment. And we might as well make a start on this field. The problem is we end up using so much lime. Yeah, so I mean, like right now we're already empty. That's not good. So let's buy some lime. I think it's going to be under here. So that's going to be 4,000. I think we're going to go for 8 bags. I think we're going to need it. Let's buy that. We've got just enough. So we might as well take this because we know it's all going to fit on this. Right. I'm going to run over to the store, grab the lime. We'll get back here and get the fields limed and then fertilized. And we can finally, I'm just going to run the stop sign over. We can finally move into the next month. Right, we are finally getting some lime down, but it's using a lot. Now, I think that's because the field is in desperate need of it. I don't remember the last time we've actually had to put lime down, but it was a while ago. Oh, let's try and get that last little bit there. There we go. And we are out again. At least we got a lot of bags, because this is the 3rd time now that I've had to refill just for this field. And the other problem is the Landini is quite a light tractor, so if I lift the spreader up, we do a wheelie and then can't steer, which isn't perfect. So we are having to do it this way. So let's turn this on and get this pass done. I mean, there's not really any point me trying to get that bit, so we might as well just refill again. This is taking ages, and then we've got to still put fertilizer on the field we've not even limed yet. At least the fertilizer won't take anywhere near as long. So we can come back over here. I found if it's on the steering assist, it steers better than if I tried to do it. So we are just going to stick with it. And that is the first field all limed. Now let's just check the map. I have returned the bale wrapper because I thought if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. So pH, that looks like it's better. Nitrogen, that's what we need to do. pH and nitrogen on this. So that's one field done. Let's get the other one done. Now this is going to take a bit of time as well because we are going to keep running out. So let's get this field finished. Right, so that was a short little time lapse. We'll just get the Zeta tractor moved out of the way. We will need to put everything away, but I will do that all off screen. But we're going to grab the Fent and some liquid fertilizer and quickly get the field. There we go. We've got herbicide in at the moment, so let's reverse. And is it this? Oh no, I need to. There we go. So that's the herbicide out, and we've got liquid fertilizer just over here. Probably should put some lights on. There we go, we can see a bit now. Oh, it's loaded my herbicide up again. That's not what I wanted it to do. Or is it in the back? Yes, it went into the back. Of course it did. Right. Let's see if we can... No, it's just loading the herbicide again. I don't understand this. Right. Let's put this over here. And try it again. Hey, there we go. Finally. Finally getting liquid herbicide. Liquid fertilizer. We were getting the herbicide. Right. Now this should be more than enough to do this field. And then we can move on into the next month to end the episode. So let's get this unfolded. While it's unfolding, I will set up the steering assist. And let's go. Yeah, we're barely using any fertilizer, and we're going to get this field done in no time. Which is amazing. This has been a very busy episode. But at least we've got everything done. That is the important thing. All 3 fields are cultivated, planted, rolled, fertilized, and limed if needed. And we've got a new truck and diesel trailer, which is going to make our lives so much easier. So let's get this done. This is going to be so quick. We don't even need to do the other bottom headland. We just need to come straight back up. And hopefully, I'm not sure, we might have another month to wait, but it would be nice if there are some contracts that we can do. Ideally, harvesting. That would be amazing. But we would need to invest in a bigger trailer. But we can look into that in the next episode. So we'll finish this. The game's just saving again. It does look quite cool with all the tractors lined up. What we could do, if we move the Zeta and Landini over and put the truck and pickup in, we can get a nice picture of all the machines we bought in order of when we bought them. That might be quite a cool picture to take at some point. Maybe when we wrap this series up, which isn't, I don't think, going to be for a while. I'm absolutely loving playing it. There's so much that we can continue doing with it. But maybe towards the end, we could look at getting a picture of all of the machines in the order that we purchased them. That might be a nice picture. So, this field is now done. So we can turn it off and fold it up. And for now, I'm just going to park this on the end. This can go just here. Engine off, jump out, and we will sleep until 8 in the morning. So, looks like it's going to be a nice day. We've got £1 in the bank. We got any contracts that we need to collect? Nope. Okay, right. What contracts can we do? Because we're going to have to do some. At the moment, doesn't look like we can do, well, there's any that we can really do. We can obviously get the deadwood fertilizing and the wood transport and the spraying. But other than that, it doesn't look like there's that many. So have we got anything we can sell? We might have to sell the lettuce early. We're still going to get £73,000, but we've got no harvesting contracts until at least the next month, and we've got no money at all. So we're going to end the episode there for today. But as always, thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you back here for the next episode. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.